What's up, Compass Cartel? How's it going? I'm going to drop some alpha, but let's kick it off with some music. Come on. I'm going to drop some intros with some music now just to build in some hype, blow up that chat. Today, we're dropping alpha about Mask, MetaMask's coin. Come on. This is going to be some good alpha that you do not want to miss. Something that's literally going to help you get some free money. So we're just going to vibe out to the beat. Come on, everyone join in. Everyone blow up that chat. Let's go. MetaMask. That's what we're talking about here. And the beats are by King Mita. So do not copyright any of that. King Mita made the beats. But MetaMask, that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to literally help you step-by-step guide. And we're going to jump right into it. So come on in, Compass Cartel. And we'll dive into it. Yeah. Okay. That's the intro. So I'm going to work on my intros a little bit, but I'm going to kick it off just like that. I'm going to be a little more free, just be myself and literally relay my information to you. Sorry, hit the mic. My information to you so you can understand exactly what's going on, right? That's the goal. Remember, this is free information. I'm live streaming for free on a weekly basis, trying to push it to a daily basis so that you can gain information on this market as the bull market heats up. We're literally on that last leg, that last inning. That's true, pure euphoria. Again, I don't think we're done after this in any way. I think long-term is the way to go. But again, we are headed for a bullish Q4 of this year, 2025, and a bullish Q1 of 2026. So that pushes us to like maybe even topping out local top as I speak in the summer of next year. So we got lots of bullish momentum. We got lots of money to be made. So why don't you jump on in this live stream and join me and let's make some money, right? That's the goal. Let's make some money. Let's make some moves. Let's maximize this opportunity that we have in the crypto market right now. So what I need you to do is blow up that chat. Come on, show me Compass Cartel. Blow up that chat. Tell me what you're thinking about. Tell me how you feel about the market. Ask me any questions you have. This is literally almost like a free online education. So do not miss this opportunity. This is time that you can have with me, and I can literally answer anything you have, and we can go back and forth. It's literally that simple. But let's just dive into it. So I'm going to talk about MetaMask. So MetaMask is a decentralized wallet. So you may be familiar with Phantom, which is also a decentralized wallet that's on Solana. MetaMask is Ethereum native. However, they recently integrated Solana, and you can add other networks like layer 2s, like BNB, Binance Smart Chain. For example, as you may have noticed, BNB actually flipped XRP. It's a top 3 by market cap. Let me make sure I'm getting that right before I just sit here and try to blurt out facts. But I saw that flipping today. Yeah, it's number 3 overall. Top 3 right now: Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB. Literally, it's absolutely wild. It's wild to see when you get into the top 10 to see these coins actually start to flip each other, because you would never expect that, right? Bitcoin for the longest time has always been king. Bitcoin's always been the highest by market cap, currently over a 2 trillion market cap, and actually valued in the top 15 or top 20 as an actual asset in the whole world, right? Insane. And then all of a sudden BNB just flips XRP, and Tether used to be in the top 10. Even Solana is still in the top 10, but BNB is number 3. That's a huge signal. BNB is literally shot at right now. It's at 1,300. That's insane. I remember seeing BNB at like $20 in the last bull run, right? We're talking like jumped up to 2,000. That's 100x, right? These are insane gains that's coming on in the market. And these are all leading indicators as to what could be. Ethereum looks bullish, right? Going into this next move. Chainlink, I can definitely see being a top 3, right? I'm a Link Marine. I make it very public. I shout out Chainlink, and I will continue to shout it out in all my videos, but I'm just going to keep telling you Chainlink is a top 3 coin. The position that BNB is in right now, Chainlink will be right there. And Chainlink's currently only 15 billion by market cap. And if we go and we look at BNB, right? Let me actually just show you my screen instead of just talking. If we go and look at BNB, you can see right now BNB is sitting at a 182 billion market cap. So we're talking like more than a 10x for Link, which is currently down here at a right under 15 billion, more than a 10x in price. So that would put Link above $200 a coin. So, let's just say you bought 1,000 Link tokens worth around 20K, a little more than 20K right now. You ride it out 10x, you 20K, 200K, not a bad gain, right? That's something that is pretty attractive, right? At its current value with the risk reward, I feel like it's one of the coins that is most likely to 10x as far as the, let's just say, top 50 coins go by market cap. So do not sleep on this coin. Do not sleep on other coins that have potential. Just saying. But one thing I do want to highlight is that BNB is currently number 3. So the hype is on Binance Smart Chain. And again, I live streamed about this. My last live stream, like a week ago, or I probably did it this past weekend, was all about this. It was all about BNB, Binance Smart Chain. I was literally telling you about some meme coins on there, what BNB was, Binance, who CZ is, all these concepts. If you want to check that out, check out my other video. I have a lot of alpha in there, and I'm going to be dropping even more now. The goal is to front run the actual market. And if you were early to BNB, or even currently, if you get into some coins on Binance Smart Chain, some of these meme coins being deployed on this layer 2, then you will also be ahead of the curve, and you may even be able to front run some of these plays and catch a quick 10, 20, up to 100x, right? Who knows, right? The possibilities are absolutely endless. And that's when I want to continue to engrave in your brain. Just understand these possibilities are actually endless. And that's the crazy part about it. I want to see you guys blow up that chat. I'm actually going to try to share this link to this live stream. Let me just actually drop this on Twitter itself so we can get some more people in here, get some of that engagement, some of exactly what we need. So I'm just going to be like, we are live on stream. Come join. All right, cool. Got that post in. So yeah, follow me on Twitter too if you don't already. It's at CryptoCompass24. Be posting a lot of alpha there, reposting a lot of big things. And please do like this video, go check out all my videos. Please subscribe if you do like it. Hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these opportunities to when I do go live. And I'm going to start live streaming a lot more often. I started literally just making YouTube videos. Now I'm trying to stream more so I can just live in person, give you that information so there's no edits, no cuts, literally just raw, unfiltered information coming straight at you. So that's my goal. Trying to be a streamer, trying to make it big. So if you want to support my dream, help me, and you like my content, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and go ahead and blow up that chat and tell me how you feel about it. This chat has been empty. I want you to blow it up and tell me how you feel about it. So let's just dive straight into it. So I want to show you exactly what MetaMask is. So showing you that, I'm not going to go directly into my MetaMask. I don't want my address getting out there. I just like to be a little private about my wallets. Nothing shady, nothing low key here. But I'm just trying to be honest with you. I just want to show you what MetaMask looks like as far as the UI of MetaMask. So I'm going to pull up some images here so you can see exactly what that is. So let's drop that in. MetaMask, let's jump to it. All right, so this is what MetaMask looks like, right? And I can zoom in here so you can kind of see exactly what I'm looking at. So this is MetaMask. This is literally the front. You log into MetaMask and you make, when you create a MetaMask, if you're completely new to it, you're going to enter a 12-word recovery phrase. Those are your keys to your actual wallet. Do not ever share those keys with anybody else. Keep those keys to yourself. Keep them private. That's why they're called private keys. If anyone gets access to those keys, they can literally import those keys in their own MetaMask wallet on their own computer and then gain access to your wallet and then sell all your assets and send it off to their own wallet. So again, Crypto, you have to be super secure. You have to follow these security rules. You have to remember that this information is sensitive. And also remember, you can't call customer support. You can't just, it's not like Amazon. Oh, I didn't get my package. So let me just call up Amazon and see if they can give me a refund, right? It's not like that at all when it comes to the market and to crypto, especially with decentralized wallets. So let me backtrack a little bit. Decentralized wallets are things like MetaMask. Centralized wallets are things like Coinbase. So if you happen to lose some money on Coinbase or send it somewhere wrong, maybe you have a chance of getting that recovered because it is more of a company and it's more centralized, more government related. Decentralized means no government, completely be your own custodian, completely on chain, and that's something you are responsible for. But then again, all the power is to you. So that's the benefit of it. But there are downsides if you have no idea what you're doing. You send your money off to a wrong network. You can easily lose your money if you just don't know what you're doing. So keep that in your brain, keep that in your mind as you're going down this rabbit hole for MetaMask. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to be eligible for this drop. And we may even get this drop tomorrow. Like MetaMask is literally dropping stuff on Twitter as we speak about hyping up something coming tomorrow. Could be a reward system, could be an airdrop checker, could be a vast variety of things. So I would definitely get in on this very soon. Literally watch this video, get in on this information like right now so you don't miss this opportunity. Like there is a sense of urgency to this. And I just want to make you aware of that because I don't want you missing out on any of this. But yeah, basically this is what the front end looks like. So as you can see here, let me actually just zoom in. So you have a buy option. I'll just run through all these options right here. So the buy option is actually twofold, right? You can actually buy on an exchange like Coinbase and then send it off to MetaMask, which is its own public Ethereum address. So you have your own wallet address. And this is automatically generated when you create the wallet. It's just an alphanumeric code that starts with 0x, right? That's always how it starts for Ethereum. And basically, you can send Ethereum there or whatever other asset you want. You just have to make sure it's on the Ethereum chain. So, for example, you can't send Solana unless it's technically wrapped Solana on the Ethereum chain, but you have to send Ethereum native coins. So, for example, if you want to send a stable coin, it has to be USDC or USDT or whatever coin. It can be any stable coin, but it has to be on the Ethereum network, meaning it has to be an ERC20 coin, which is Ethereum native. So keep that in mind. Very basic, simple stuff, but I have to literally put it out there so you understand, so you don't just get lost and end up losing money because that's never the case. I don't want you to experience that. I've been through these hardships, of getting hacked, sending money to the wrong address, losing my money just by being dumb. So I want you to learn through my mistakes so that you don't make that mistake. But anyways, this buy option, you can send Ethereum to here, or you could buy and connect it directly. I believe they partner with MoonPay, so you can actually connect it directly to your bank, but you're going to have to KYC, meaning that you're going to have to verify your social address, this, that. That's a full KYC. So if you want to do that, you can. Coinbase is going to do that regardless, but if you want to not KYC with multiple exchanges, I would just buy it on Coinbase and send it here. And then you see this next send option. What that is actually sending assets from here off to another wallet. So let's just say you have another wallet or you want to send it back to Coinbase to make a sale and then transfer back to your bank, whatever it is, you use the send option. Now, this next option is the super important one, and that's swap. So the swap option is where you're going to gain a lot of your points when you do native swaps on MetaMask, because when you do native swaps here, you're going to be able to get points and rewards for this upcoming drop. And I'm almost fairly certain that if you use the native swap, you're going to get something. The only reason I'm certain about that is because I've had other wallets or, other native airdrops that I've gotten in the past, especially back in 2021, where if you use their native system and not like a decentralized exchange, you're going to get rewarded. Prime example here, if you're using Uniswap and you connect your MetaMask to Uniswap, sure, you're still using MetaMask, but you're not using MetaMask's native swap. And the benefit for MetaMask here is they usually have an additional fee, like a MetaMask fee, a wallet fee that they charge. So that's how they gain more revenue. So if you continue to use their platform, they're going to reward you with an airdrop. And that's all an airdrop is. It's just you use my platform. Thank you for being an early user and also just using my platform before a specific snapshot day. So anything after the snapshot technically does not count for the airdrop. And again, a snapshot is literally just time and place on the blockchain. It tells you, okay, for example, let's just say they took a snapshot right now. They'll say October 7th, 4:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Boom. Anything before this qualifies. So let's just say they took the snapshot now, and then I go on my computer, I rush and I open up MetaMask and I'm trying to make a swap. It won't count because it's after the snapshot. So one thing about airdrops is that we never know when the snapshots are until they actually announce it. But by the time they announce it, it's already too late. So that's why you have to be early. There has to be that sense of urgency, and you have to go in and get this done. So swap, super important. Next one, bridge, also very important. So swap and bridge, I would say, are the two most important ones. I'll repeat that. Swap, bridge. Bridge, swap. I was about to do it the other way. I didn't want to do that, but swap, bridge. Bridge, swap. Basically, you need those, right? You need those two to qualify. These are the two biggest ones, in my opinion, and based off what we've seen with previous drops, based off the hype we're seeing on Twitter, everything else we're seeing, swap, bridge. Remember it. Don't forget, swap and bridge. So swap is swapping from one coin to another. So you can do it natively on MetaMask. Bridging is bridging from one network to another. So for example, if I want to bridge Ethereum to Linea, Linea is it's a whole thing. Linea is Consensus, is a coin created by Consensus that is technically a layer 2 built on top of Ethereum. And Consensus also owns MetaMask. So technically, Linea is the official layer 2 of MetaMask. So you also want to interact with Linea. So one way to kind of get all the points and a way to literally quickly do this is bridge over your Ethereum to Linea. And on Linea, you can actually have Ethereum on Linea. So bridge it over to Linea and then swap from Ethereum to the actual Linea coin. And after swapping to the Linea coin, you basically bridged and swapped. You use both features. And just to get a little more into that about what Linea is, so you may just be completely confused, right? So I just want to let you know what that is. Linea is a coin that was created and actually fairly new. This coin's only, I want to say, like less than a month old. They completely did a mainnet. They went live. They had a test net. Again, it's MetaMask's parent company, Consensus. So it's definitely probably going to come into play when we talk about this airdrop. So let's take a look at here. So Linea, again, is super important. And I feel like the more Linea you hold, it could be a multiplier for this MetaMask airdrop since it is the native layer 2 for MetaMask. So very important, right? You want to try to transact on Linea. Maybe you want to hold some Linea in your MetaMask. And once that snapshot comes out or once they announce the airdrop, maybe they're just going to come out and say, okay, you hold this much Linea. That's a 10 times multiplier based on every coin you hold or whatever. They might say something like that. So these are tips and tricks that I'm giving you. This is alpha I'm giving you right now. So pay attention because Linea is going to be super important. Linea will be a multiplier. I'm fairly certain that Linea will be a multiplier for the MetaMask airdrop. So do not fade. Literally just bridge through MetaMask natively, bridge from Ethereum to Linea. And after bridging over to Linea, then I want you to basically swap from Ethereum to Linea. That's what I want you to do. Now let's kind of just take a look at Linea and the tokenomics real quick. So Linea is sitting at a 400 million market cap, about some healthy trading volume, 150 million, total supply of 72 billion, nothing too crazy. It has total supply out right now. I can also see this being a bullish coin. I can see Linea being very bullish going into the MetaMask airdrop. So basically right now. So if you're looking for a quick trade, maybe you can run up 50 to 100%. This coin could run to like 3-4 cents up to 5 cents. Long term, I feel like it could be super bullish. They even partnered with Swift, similar to how Chainlink did. They're going to be utilized for like bank ACH transfers, things of that sort. So Linea is not a small coin. Consensus is a big company, and the MetaMask founder even highlights Linea too. So again, since we're talking about MetaMask, I have to talk about Linea, and I feel like this coin is super important. So you can buy this on Ethereum. You can also buy it on the Linea network. And let me actually show you how to add networks while we're at it. So just for you to kind of understand, let's just go through the concept of what a network is. So adding Linea network MetaMask. So we can kind of show you how that works. Again, Linea is a layer 2. So if you want to add that network, you have to literally go in and add it yourself. By default, it should show up. So, but if it does not for whatever reason, there is a way to add it. So one website that I like to use is called Chainlist. So let me actually go to Chainlist to show you what that is. Not that one, that one. Let me share my screen here and I'll show you exactly what Chainlist is. So you know what I'm talking about. I don't sound like some crazy man. I know I like to blabber on sometimes, but I have a lot of information for you guys. So, don't sleep on it. That's all I'm going to say. Don't sleep on it. So this is where you would basically add networks. So for example, I want to add Linea. So how I do that right here, I would connect my wallet and then it would basically just put in the RPC server address. So that's the endpoint as to who it's talking to. So it knows what network to look at. And then it puts in some other information like the native coin. I think it has some other information. Let me see. There's a few. Let me see. Linea network, add MetaMask. There was a few other things that it had. So yeah, it has a chain ID, an RPC, and then the URL. So few information that if you don't want to input it yourself, you don't want to input your own. Let's say you don't want to input this itself. Chainlist is super helpful for you to add new networks to your MetaMask. So all you're literally going to do is come here and say connect. You're going to connect your wallet, then your MetaMask is going to open up. Then you're going to add your network. A message will pop up in your MetaMask. You'll hit confirm, and then Linea will be added. But also, since Consensus is the parent company of MetaMask, Linea is automatically a network on your MetaMask. So how you change networks on MetaMask, let me actually show you that so it makes sense. So change network, MetaMask. So here is what that looks like. So you're going to actually go into your MetaMask. And after going in there, you're going to go to these 3 dots at the top. You hit that. And then you go to settings, networks. You can see all your networks. And on the right-hand side, so you see where this M is. If you hit that M, it'll give you a drop down of all these networks right here. So you see Ethereum, Linea, Arbitrum, so on. Once you see this drop down, just select Linea, and then it's gonna show your assets on the Linea chain. So let's just say you have 1 Ethereum on the Ethereum chain, and let's just say you have half an Ethereum on Linea. Once you switch to the Linea network, it's going to show half an Ethereum. Don't panic. Don't worry. That does not mean, again, this does not mean that you lost that Ethereum. It just means that on this Linea network, you have a different amount. But if you want to look at everything overall, I can actually show you a super handy website for that. It's called DBank. If you're not familiar with it, DBank basically shows all your assets across every single network. So it's actually super helpful, super handy. So I'll just pull an example one here. So let me actually just share this so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for the people that are joining, please just blow up that chat. Ask questions. Tell me how you feel. Are you excited for this MetaMask drop? How do you feel about Linea? Do you feel like I'm actually giving you good knowledge? I'm always here to chat. And if you want to contest what I'm saying, that's totally fine too. But let's just blow up that chat and tell me how you feel. That's all I ask. Just blow up that chat. Keep that chat active so we can literally just go back and forth and just talk. But here is DBank. So as you can see, look, I have assets. This is just an example wallet. I have assets across many chains. So if I click here, it's going to show me what's on the Ethereum chain. Cool. If I click here, it'll show you on the Base chain. For those not familiar, Base is the layer 2 for Coinbase. And again, they may also be doing an airdrop. Just saying. So maybe you want to just bridge over to Base so you get MetaMask points. And since you bridged over to Base, you automatically get Base points too. 2 in 1, why not? 2 birds of 1 stone, why not? All this is definitely going to help to qualify when it comes to airdrops. But again, don't just do it once. I'm going to say that again. Do not just do it once. Don't just sit here and say, oh, I bridged to Base once and I use MetaMask, so I deserve both airdrops. No. That's never how it goes. They need to see consistent volume. They need to see bigger amounts of volume. They need to see more than just a bridge. They want you to swap on their network. So you have to actually go in and swap on Base. And you can do that natively through MetaMask too. You can go research a coin, grab the contract address, and swap Ethereum Base into it. Make sure it's on the Base network, not just Ethereum. But they want you to be active on the network. So one thing to remember and always remember, airdrops do not favor farmers. Farmers are people who literally just use a network just to get an airdrop. Airdrops favor people who have organic use, people who organically literally just go in and want to trade a coin. They see a trending coin, they see it's on Base. Okay, I'm going to bridge over, I'm going to buy this coin, hold it, make some money, then bridge back. They want to literally reward those people because those are the people that genuinely use the chain, not just bridge over last minute because they heard they're doing an airdrop, right? So don't sit here and get upset if you're just an airdrop farmer and you move money over today and MetaMask announces a drop tomorrow. And for some reason, you're not eligible because you did it last minute and you literally just bridged once. Just putting it out there. But this is called DBank, right? Super, super helpful website. And I'll actually just drop it in the chat for you guys, just for you. dbank.com. Super helpful, right? And you literally at the top, you can literally just go in and put in your contract address, or you can connect your wallet directly. And from there, you'll be able to see all assets across all chains, and it'll show you your overall value for your wallet across all chains. So super helpful. I find it super handy. I tend to use DBank, and again, I'm not sponsored by DBank. In no way is this advertising. I'm just trying to tell you that I've been using this product. I find it super helpful. Maybe you will. I dropped that link in the chat. So check it out. Tell me what you think. Oh, man. I'm drinking a lot of water, man. Throat's getting dry. It's all this talking. I feel like I talk too much. I'm like a yapper. All right. So we talked about Linea. We talked about MetaMask. We talked about adding Linea to MetaMask. We talked about bridging, swapping. Now I want to highlight just the drop itself. What do we think about the drop? Is the drop going to happen? What are the actual implications of this? So let me start by going on Twitter, CT, crypto Twitter to be specific, and show you exactly what we're looking at here. So here we go. We got someone riding on a bull, and we got this message coming out. MetaMask is saying something's coming tomorrow. Let me actually play the volume. Listen to this. This person just riding away on the bull. Something's coming tomorrow. Something's coming tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. Imagine MetaMask does an airdrop tomorrow. Oh my God. I would be so happy. I would be hopeful, grateful, really hoping that a lot of my wallets do qualify. I have multiple wallets across many chains. I've been using MetaMask since 2019, since I got in the space. It was literally my first wallet. I literally only started using Phantom this run, which was maybe 2 years ago. But I will say I did download Phantom in the previous run. I just didn't trade much on Solana because Ethereum was the main thing last run. This run, Solana kind of took over. Next run, maybe it goes back to Ethereum, or maybe there's a new layer one that comes out that just dominates, right? Whatever, besides the point. MetaMask is coming. This is a very cryptic message. Maybe, just maybe, we get the MetaMask airdrop tomorrow. If that's the case, maybe you want to do some transactions now. Maybe you want to do something right now to see if you're eligible, and they just say tomorrow's a snapshot. Sorry, excuse me. Tomorrow's a snapshot. Right? That could easily be a case. But another thing that could be the case is the fact that maybe, just maybe, they took a snapshot a month ago already. So even me, who has been doing stuff this past week, and I've been actively trading on MetaMask, but I've been doing more this past week in anticipation for the drop. Maybe all my activity this last week is useless. It's very possible. But I'm willing to take that risk. And that's just me. But again, you need capital to be able to try to mess around with this. So just keep that in mind. Maybe you want to start with like $100 and just do it across 3-4 wallets, swap, bridge, swap on different networks, things of that sort. And then maybe send across your wallet, stuff like that. Just swap and bridge. Remember, those are two most important ones: native, swap, and bridge on MetaMask. Those are the ones that I believe are going to get you the most points. And then again, if you hold Linea on the Linea network, the actual coin, I do feel like that will be a multiplier. So just keep that in mind. But those are my top 3 ways to, at this point, you're farming. So I'm just going to say to farm MetaMask airdrop. So if you want to farm, you want to go that route, do it. Go for it. But this cryptic message has got me super excited. I'm literally like shaking in my boots. I'm so excited. Like, if this actually comes true, that's great. Now let's talk about what you're going to do with that money. Let's just say we get an airdrop tomorrow, right? Airdrop, free money comes in. That money comes in tomorrow itself. Okay. Now we got that money. Now, do you want to hold the airdrop? Do you want to sell it right away? Or do you want to cash it out? Just take it straight to the bank, right? I'm going to start by saying, what is your situation? Do you have bills to pay? So do you want to use this airdrop, cash it out, pay your bills, not worry about it? Could be one scenario. Do you have assets you're trying to buy, right? Sell it. Oh, I want to buy some Bitcoin. Okay, I'm going to sell this, move it all to Bitcoin, and forget about it. It's free money. Let me just put that free money in an asset that I believe in and I have conviction in. Again, Bitcoin's the king. Or do you want to hold it and see where this coin goes? So MetaMask, every time an airdrop comes out, a new coin is being deployed. So it's essentially kind of like an ICO, an initial coin offering, but it's not a pre-sale. You're actually getting free tokens. You're getting free coins of that MetaMask coin sent to your wallet as a reward for being a user of their native platform. So because of that, you have an option to actually just hold. So a lot of people do that. A lot of people are like, it's free money anyways, so why don't I just hold the free money I was given and see if it can grow into even more free money? So, we've seen this before, right? How I see it based on my airdrop experience, and I've experienced a lot of airdrops, especially NFTs back in 2021. They did a lot of airdrops, even some other projects, but I've experienced a lot. So in my experience, I'm just going to tell you that airdrops tend to drop off. So the token that gets released, in this case, let's just say MetaMask, well, how I predict it and see it, again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the future, but how I have seen it in the past, and history often rhymes, is the fact that the coin starts off, let's just say, at like a 5 billion valuation. So let's just say that puts MetaMask at $1. Let's hypotheticals here. I'm not saying it's going to start off with that amount. I'm literally just giving you an example. But hypothetically, MetaMask starts at $1, and then initially the first day or maybe even first week, you're going to see a decline like 30 to 40%. This is based off what I've seen. So it goes from $1 to like 70 cents. And then it starts to consolidate and try to bottom out there, going sideways. Maybe the bulls try to fight and it goes up, pushes resistance, drops down, bulls still fight, hits support, and then keeps going up and down in a channel. Let's just say that lasts a month, 2 months. And then MetaMask releases more bullish news. People start to get more bullish on it. Maybe old money that exited earlier starts to enter again. And that's when it starts trending up. It goes back up to $1 and then higher, $2, $3. It has its moment. That whole lifespan I just described is like 6+ months, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think MetaMask is going to come out and do a 3-4x on day one as it gets dropped. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. MetaMask could start at $1 and run to $3 the next day. Anything's possible in crypto, especially with this bullish recipe we're cooking up for Q4, going into Q1, this euphoria leg in this run. Like, anything can happen. But I like to exercise caution. So the best method that literally keeps you safe and still gives you exposure is sell half, put it in an asset, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, whatever you like, or take it to the bank, cash out, take your free money. And then let the other half just ride. And again, it's free money, but you're taking a risk on it in the hopes that it just goes higher. And if it does, it does. If it doesn't, there's no harm done because it wasn't your money to invest in the first place. It was free money that was given to your wallet due to the fact that you were an early participant. Just how I think of it. Me personally, just to tell you my airdrop strategy, what I like to do is just take my free money off the table. That's just me. I feel like it has potential. MetaMask has lots of potential, but I have coins that I have high conviction in. And again, that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. Bitcoin being digital gold, Ethereum being a network, and Chainlink being the bridge of data coming from off-chain to on-chain. These are the top three, in my opinion, that will never, ever change. And I do feel like they will be top three in market cap. And two of them already are. Bitcoin's number one, Ethereum's number two, and their market caps will continue to appreciate. But Chainlink is lagging. Chainlink is currently 15th overall, or maybe even a little lower now after this market dip that we're having. Let me just double check that before 15th overall. Chainlink's going to jump to the top three. Chainlink's going to overtake BNB. I'm stating that now, live on stream. Do not forget this. Next few years, Chainlink is going to overtake. Maybe even just next year. I don't know. Man, a lot of bullish news going down the pipeline. But again, I'm not just going to sit here and continue to rant about Link. I think you already know how bullish I am on it. But I have conviction in these three. So what I'm personally going to do, if I get an airdrop and if it comes out tomorrow, cool. I just got $1,000 in my wallet. What am I going to do? I'm probably just going to go buy some Bitcoin. Honestly, I think that would be the best method. That would be the best way for you to look at it. I think that's the best way for you to invest in your future. Just stack your sats. Bitcoin could easily be, the reserve, a Bitcoin strategic reserve. It could easily become a new currency and everything's broken down in sats or satoshis. This could happen. We could be seeing this live in play. So that's what I want to do. And since we're speaking on the fact of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Link, let's just go ahead and take a look at those three assets real quick because I like to cover those in my streams normally. So let's pop that up. Alrighty. So here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting at 121,000. Hit its all-time high of 126, little bit above 126 on October 6th. That was literally yesterday. Bitcoin hit an all-time high yesterday. Let me say that again. Bitcoin hit an all-time high yesterday, just a day ago. And now we have a dip, and all of a sudden people want to panic. Why? Why are you panicking off of a 3% dip on probably one of the world's most valuable assets, being Bitcoin? Why would you panic? Stocks are making all-time highs. Gold is hitting all-time highs. The M2 money market's at all-time highs. There's a lot of money to still be thrown back into the market. Like, we are headed into a golden super cycle. I truly feel that. I've been feeling that for a while. I've talked to a bunch of friends, gotten a lot of insights, had some deep conversations, and I still feel like that's the case. So if that's the case, why not take opportunities on every dip we get? Currently on a 3%, looks like it maybe dipped more to a 4, maybe 5% at the lows there at 120. Yeah, I get it. It's expensive. Bitcoin is expensive, right? Maybe you think you're late to the party, but Bitcoin's going to $1 million in a lifetime. Bitcoin's probably going to 10 million in our lifetime. Bitcoin will most likely probably continue to appreciate to such a high price that we won't even be able to measure it in full Bitcoins anymore. And that's where we're going to start denominating it into Satoshis. Just my opinion. I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I'm a crypto maxi, Ethereum Link. I'm a maxi on all of them. I will always support these projects. And I feel like they are the basis and the backbone and structure of crypto. It needs these three. But looking at the charts, right, Bitcoin did dip. So let's just say we get an airdrop tomorrow. Yeah, sure, I'll buy some Bitcoin. I'll throw $1,000 in here. Maybe that'll get me 0.000001, whatever, maybe even less. But at least I have Bitcoin exposure. And if Bitcoin jumps 30%, 20% the next week, cool. I just made 200, $300. That's awesome. But again, it's not about making the money, as a matter of fact. It's not about the fact that, oh, I want to make money and profit off of Bitcoin. It's actually the fact that I'm holding a scarce asset that only has 21 million supply. So I want to try to buy up as much of that supply I can before a supply shock hits and no more people can actually buy it. And on top of that, before it actually becomes an actual currency that maybe we end up using. So I'm not buying it for price appreciation. I'm actually buying it to have something that holds its value. And that's exactly what's going on with gold right now. Gold is seen as a safe haven and it's a commodity that people want to get into. But the price isn't necessarily appreciating because, everyone's seeing the price and they're like FOMO in. It's actually because we're in uncertain times and people need a safe haven to run to. And gold is a great asset. And compared to the dollar, which continues to devalue, gold is literally going in the opposite direction. Bitcoin's going to do the same thing. By the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised if we were at 150 or even higher. And maybe we push 200 in Q1 of next year. Next 4 or 5 years, we're at 1 million. Another 5 years, we're at 10 million. It's literally, the potential is limitless. I'm just going to leave it there. Just going to say that. I could literally rant about Bitcoin all day, but the potential is limitless. But let's continue on. Ethereum also saw a pretty nasty dip, right? Ethereum looking like it was going to break out, clear skies, new all-time high, but then boop, 6% drop. Again, Bitcoin drops very little compared to alts because Bitcoin is where most of the money is sitting. Again, Bitcoin does not appreciate as much as alts, so there's less volatility in Bitcoin is what I'm trying to say. And you can see that because Ethereum dropped 6% where Bitcoin dropped 3%. I'm not scared of this chart. Again, Link, let's go look at Link. I'm not scared of Link's chart either. We literally were sitting nice. Looked like we were pushing 24 and then boop, we dropped 8%. So even harder than Ethereum. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about either of these assets. This is just an opportunity that's slapping us in the face. The question is, are you going to take it? Totally up to you. But go ahead and tell me what you think about it, Compass Cartel. Tell me how you feel about it. Blow up that chat. This chat has been empty. I want you to be more active on it. Blow up that chat. Talk to me. Hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm literally just trying to help you out. If this MetaMask airdrop comes tomorrow, I might just do a live stream tomorrow just to kind of show you how to claim it, how everything works, just to literally help you out. I'm here to help you guys out, and that's the only purpose that I'm here for. These are literally like live coaching sessions. Literally, just think of it to your benefit. If you start posting in this chat, I will start responding to you. I will help you. I guarantee you'll benefit from it. So just keep that in mind. And if you don't want to take it on this live stream, we can take it in there in a private coaching session. You can follow the link in the description below to my coaching program. It's just a Google form. You fill it out. I'll reach out to you. We'll set up some time. But if you just want to hop in these live sessions, go for it. Live sessions, completely free, no cost. Come in here. I'm here to help you. All I ask is that you support me, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and help me grow, because I just want to help you also grow in the market and help everyone else. My only goal here. No bad intentions. I'm really just trying to help you out and navigate the space because I am the crypto compass. That's it. That's simple. But let's see. Let's see if we get that MetaMask airdrop tomorrow, or maybe we get an announcement for a future drop, an airdrop checker. Who knows? Let's see how the market plays out. I feel like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, and the overall market's going to be a lot higher. Bitcoin, Ethereum are going to make all-time highs this month. That's my bold prediction. Chainlink makes all-time highs by the end of the year. And we're just headed for bullishness. That's it. Well, that's all I got to say today. Thank you for stopping in, Compass Cartel. Please, again, hit that like button, smash it up, and subscribe. And don't forget, Crypto Compass. Thank you, Compass Cartel. And until next time, see you guys later. Peace out.